When we talk about engaging, there's at least 3 different things I mean by that. Number 1, we have to spend time with non-Christians. If you've gotten to a point in your faith where all your friends are Christians, you need to change that. You need to change that mix. You need to say, where is it that God has put non-Christians in my life that I can spend time with? Not because anyone's a project, not because of that. We want to love people well, and loving people well means wanting the best for them. It's not enough to want to be contagious. You have to have something to catch. And if you want to be contagious, we have to mix it up. God has put people in your life that don't know him. You might be the only Christian they know. So to engage, first we have to be with non-Christians. Second, we have to face the fear that's there. It's easier to talk about other stuff, isn't it? It's easier to not get into spiritual things. Because at some point, the conversation potentially could get uncomfortable. It doesn't always, but it could. I'm not in the habit of quoting the TV show Lost to tell us how we should live, but there's a great scene in the TV show Lost where one of the main characters, Jack, is talking about when he was first a surgeon, and he really messed up, and he was really endangered the person he was operating on, and he said the fear was overwhelming. He goes, but I gave it 5 seconds and let it live there for 5 seconds. And I said, after 5 seconds, I counted to 5. After 5 seconds, it's go time. I got to just get through this. Courage is not never being scared. Courage is doing the right thing when you are scared. So yeah, there is potentially fear of it being uncomfortable to talk to someone about spiritual things. But it doesn't have to be that way. And we've got to face it, own it, and overcome it. Because, number 3, you've got to remember that the gospel is the power of God for salvation. It's not up to me to come up with all the right magic words. The gospel is what changes hearts. For I'm not ashamed of the gospel, Paul wrote in Romans, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then also to the Greek.